Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning for another video. So you guys know I've been working on this car non-stop. Basically, I've been focusing on this whole front end, trying to get all the fenders fitted and repaired, all the dents taken out, low spots removed. It's a lot of metal work. I really don't want to use that much body filler, but I'm gonna take a quick break on this car, the Barracuda, temporarily, and we're gonna be working on this little project that my friend asked me to work on. And it's right behind me, and this is what we're gonna be doing. All right, so this is a door off a 1970 FM3 Barracuda, a pink one, an original pink car. So I have an extra door skin, and we're actually gonna go ahead and reskin this door. So we're gonna just make a little video on how to do it. It's somewhat time consuming. It's not too difficult. There's other things I could do that are a lot more difficult than this, but we're gonna go ahead and just replace this. So let's just take a quick look around the whole door, and we'll flip it over so you guys get a better look at it, and you'll see why we actually have to reskin this door. Yeah. Briefly. Okay, hold it, don't drop it. Right. All right, so right away you guys can see why we need to reskin this door. There's a lot of rust on the bottom of this door, and it definitely is. You could probably put a patch panel on it, but I'm sure the rust is really bad. And once we actually cut this off, you'll see how bad the rust is. There is a lot of damage on it, dents here and there. I'm not sure how much body filler there is, but look at that. This goes all the way down there. Also, where the side mirror is mounted, looks like the stud actually got pulled off. An extra hole there, so there's quite a bit of damage here, and it's dented inward as well. But there we go. This is what we're gonna have to be removing. Before I can even start cutting, we got to get rid of this door handle here. Once we get rid of the door handle, we can go ahead and start cutting the edges and just take this off. All right, so I'm gonna be taking apart a lot of parts on this door. The tracks, the window regulator. Just make sure that you disassemble everything. You pull the tracks out before you remove the glass, because if you don't, it's going to be extremely difficult to get this glass out. There are going to be bolts that are going to be rusted. Make sure you use penetrating oil, and just be patient, and don't forget to make a comment. I'll respond as soon as I can. There's that one. Continuous on this one. Okay. because this is the way it came out. This on that side. All right. There it goes. Would be better. Okay. All right, we finally got this door completely stripped out. We got the glass out, we got the guides out, we got the bolts, the linkage, even the track for the window crank. Well, we got all of that off. So now there's two ways when you want to replace the door skin on your door. You can either drill out every single spot weld, or you could just get a grinder and cut around every single edge and just separate it like that. That's one way to do it. I've tried both ways. The first way of just cutting out every single spot weld, unfolding the lip and separating it, it's very difficult. That's something you want to do if you want to try to save an OEM panel. But if you're just gonna straight up replace it, go ahead and just grind off all the edge and separate like a little sandwich. Just come apart real easy. But let me show you. You have a series of spot welds like right there, right there, right there. You can drill them out and then fold this out, but on these 50-year-old panels, most likely you're gonna end up cracking all this metal. It's gonna be a lot of work, but that's one way of doing it. What I find a lot easier is, like I said, get my belt sander and just work it like this. All the way around the whole door, and it will separate like on this opposite side. I just did it on this side. You guys can see. That's how it looks. You see the separation on the panel. You just do that all the way around, and this comes off very easy. So let's go ahead and just continue doing this, and we'll separate all together. Okay, so it looks like we got these panels separated pretty well. I did miss this spot, but I just pried that one off. That's ready to go. The whole thing's ready to go pretty much. So what we're gonna do real quick, we're gonna turn this door over and take off the skin and see how it looks on the inside. All right, now this should come right off. And there we go. That's not too bad. It's gonna be a lot of cleaning. This is a lot worse than I expected. We're definitely gonna have to replace a few pieces of metal here, because how badly the rust is. So this is what I like to use for my weld through primer. Works pretty well. So you don't really need a lot, but you do got to make sure you put it on even, like that. It just helps when you're welding your two joints together. This actually is like particles of metal here, so it's very, very conductive paint primer. Alright guys, so this is the door skin we're going to be putting it on. So let's go ahead and set this on this little jig we have right here. And we're going to do some things to this to get it prepped nice and ready. We're not going to install it right off the bat. So this is the piece that came off the Pink Barracuda door. We're just going to put it on here. Let's see. Now we're putting it on here. And I'm going to match up these little slots, and we're going to make these little slots on this one. Yeah, just like that. So it shouldn't take too long. Looks like there's already holes right there. I don't know what's the deal with that, so if you guys know why it's like this, I'd appreciate you guys made a comment about that. Why the new door skin has holes and not slots in it. I really don't know, unless the new versions of it just bolt on. I don't know. Alright, so this part could be a little tricky if you're not careful, but if you just gently start folding the lip over little by little, don't try to do it all at once, just slowly angle it in little by little, and you just work your way around. But on these corners right here, you actually have to remove some of this material. I got to remove probably about 7/16 and kind of taper it into like a little angle and go outward that way, probably down to another 1/4 inch. So when I fold this down, these sections can meet up and actually weld it together. But that's the other tricky thing. Now I'm actually going to start welding all these. You lift up the metal, put a nice solid spot weld on it all the way down, and that should take care of this. But most of the welding is going to be happening right here. Some of these edges I'm going to have to cut, re-weld them. Definitely right here I'm going to have to cut just a little bit, re-weld it. And now on the bottom, it's just folded over. There's no welding here. You could if you wanted to. Some people do. When they replace them, probably put like 1 or 2 tack welds. But basically that's it. Right here I did a real small repair. A few tack welds and put some epoxy. Clean it up a little bit. They didn't really want any sheet metal to be replaced, so I just kind of welded as best I could. Left it at that. No big deal. But now it's just going to fold all this metal over, and this pink door will be for the most part complete. Then I'll be just putting everything back together. All right, so already just folded up all the edges. I just installed the felt guide on it. Did a few more welding here, did a few more welding there, but basically everything is ready to go. It looks pretty straight. Nice and clean. Looks tight. And we got the new felt. And right now I just finished installing the handle. So all I really got to do is just tighten up this bolt right here. It's still a little loose. Once I tighten up that, they're gonna start moving the rest of the mechanical parts that go inside of the door for the windshield side glass. And then this should be done. But overall it's looking pretty well. And then once I flip it over, you guys get a real good look on how this looks. All right, so we're about to actually install this mirror, make the hole on that door. So what we got to do, which I already did already, we actually took measurements of everything here. Let's flip it over a little bit. We took measurements from this corner, from right here all the way down, and we have all the measurements that we need. Basically 17 1/8 from that edge to here, and then from here to here 18 1/8. The center of the larger hole, which is 18 5/8. They're off the edge about a little over 3/4. Depends on where you take your measurement from. You could get right at 3/4, but if you get right at the edge, above the highest point where it bends, then it might be a little over 3/4, but basically 3/4 of an inch. That looks perfectly straight. Sure, grab. So the factory uses 1024 inserts to mount these side mirrors. Just make sure you get yourself a good quality tool. I bought mine from Vivor, and it was about $30 something. So get yourself a good quality tool and they'll make this job very easy. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and actually to do the test fit. Look at it right from the top. All right, guys, and with this, pretty much the door is complete. Everything's pretty much back on. The door latch is on. The side mirror is on. I put that on to make sure that it was nice and aligned. And it is. Looks pretty good. What do you guys think? So this took me about, I'd say about 3.5 days worth of actual work. But it's good to go. I had to put a bit of primer in a few spots where I had exposed metal. But I took care of that. And it's straight. It is super straight. So this project is complete. Now I'm gonna move back to my car. My car needs a lot of work. So that's it for being installed on this. And pretty soon this guy's gonna pick it up. It's gonna come with the felt that goes on the window, because I was only able to use one of them, because obviously you can only buy one of these felts. And the felt is right there, has a little chrome trim on it, as you guys can see right there. It's like a little rubber. The one that was on there was pretty crusty, so I had to replace that. So that's good to go. And everything's on, everything's tight. I greased all the tracks. You guys can see right there. Everything's well greased. Window opens very nicely and smoothly. So this is good to go. And hopefully you guys like this quick tutorial. I just wanted to make a video for you guys. So if you guys wanted to do this, it's somewhat informative, and hopefully you guys, it's enough to help you guys actually do a skin on your door. So if you feel like you have the skills, why not go ahead and save yourself a lot of money by doing this yourself. Just be very cautious, document everything well, and you can do it. Well guys, thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys till next time.